Hello 3D printing friends. You've seen me show this cool little flying toy on the channel before. It's the Pocket Copter designed by Elegoo, and it flies great at its regular size. But today on the BV3D channel, we'll find out what happens when you scale it up to 400% size. Will it fly? Well, stick around because that's what we're going to find out. I'm Brian, and you are watching BV3D. Hi, welcome back. Hey, the new studio space is coming along great. It's not quite where I want it yet, but it's getting there. Hey, FlexiSpot, see this janky plastic folding table? Wouldn't one of your FlexiSpot E7 sit-stand desks look really good here instead? Think about it. Have your people call my people. Okay, so today we're going to find out if 3D printing one of these, scaled up to 400% size, will actually fly. So if you haven't seen the Pocket Copter before, let me tell you a little bit about it. It's designed by Elegoo, and you can download it from printables.com using the link in the description. And there are 5 pieces you need to print. There's the main body, there's the pull key with the gear teeth, there's the spinner part that the pull key engages with to spin the rotor blades when you pull the key, there's the bolt that you screw it all together with, and of course there are the rotor blades, and of course that's the part that flies. When it came to printing these parts, I chose the Elegoo Neptune 3 Max because of its sheer size. It's got a build volume of 420 millimeters on the x-axis, 420 millimeters on the y-axis, and 500 millimeters on the z-axis, which was plenty of space to fit this model. And I chose a scale of 400% for a couple of reasons. The first reason is because it's a nice round number. Well, okay, one of the numbers is pointy, but the other 2 are nice and round. And the second reason is that was about as big as I could go for printing the pull key. When scaled to 400% size, it's 480 millimeters long. Now, you might wonder how I was able to print a part that's 480 millimeters long on a bed that has a maximum X and Y size of 420 millimeters. And the answer is that I rotated it 45 degrees and printed it on the diagonal, which fit great. As for filament, I printed the pull key, the gear part, and the bolt in VO3D's high impact PLA. The key is printed in scarlet red, the bolt is printed in cobalt blue, and the gear is printed in midnight black. I got these as samples a couple of years ago in an Alien3D UFO Mystery Box, and that's a subscription box where every month you get 4 random 20-meter filament samples, a 3D printing accessory, and stuff like that. It's something I've been subscribed to since the very first one. I think it's pretty cool, and I've done a lot of unboxing videos about it. So anyway, in case you're wondering how big of a thing you can print with a 20-meter sample of filament, well, now you know. And I still had filament left over from the samples. Now, the main body of the Pocket Copter was printed in the white PLA that came with the Anchor Make M5, and the rotor blades were printed in Protopasta's Nebula Cotton Candy Pastel Multicolor PLA, HT PLA. I actually printed 2 of them in case one of them breaks, and I really like the color transitions on this filament. Now, I know you're dying to find out if this thing will fly, and so am I, but first I have to put it together. And that's super easy to do. The Pocket Copter doesn't need any extra hardware or glue or tools to assemble. Just put the gear in the main body and screw the bolt into place. Then insert the pull key and put the rotor on top. Okay, let's head outside and give this a try. At this size, it is most definitely not an indoor toy. Okay, let's see if this thing will fly. Okay, that went better than I expected. That went pretty high. Well, it works. I'm actually pretty surprised. Let's go back inside where it's not 1,000,000 degrees. Okay, back inside where it's not so hot. So it works and it's cool, but it's not quite as spectacular as I thought it was going to be. The first flight went pretty high, but subsequent flights weren't able to reach the same altitude. It takes a lot of strength to pull hard enough to get the rotor spinning fast enough to lift off, and I'm not going to lie, that first pull took a lot out of me. So what would make it better? An even longer pull key? Or would printing the rotor in a lightweight PLA help more? I'm thinking of the kind that foams a little bit when it prints, so it makes strong, lightweight parts. Anyway, let me know what you think in the comments. And if you've ever scaled something up to print it big, tell me what you printed and how big it was. Big thanks to everyone who supports the channel, whether with channel memberships or using the links in the description. If you liked this episode, give it a thumbs up and maybe consider subscribing so you don't miss future episodes. Well, 3D printing friends, that's about all the time we have for this one. And now that we're at the end, let's go print something cool.